How are you doing today, Steven?
Doing really well.
I'm Anthony with the Funky Monkey MMA News. First question is, how did you get into acting?
How did I get into acting? Well, I did a lot of sports, when I was a kid. Went to play football and baseball, but I really loved the movies and I loved the theater. And so once I finished high school and went to college, I decided that I probably wasn't going to be a college athlete, and I went into the theater. I tried out for a play, and I got cast, and I just loved the process, so I became an actor.
Did you ever think Scarface the movie was ever going to be as big as you thought it was?
Did I ever think it was going to be as big as I thought it was?
Yeah.
Well, I thought it would be big unless we were all crazy and we were on the wrong planet with what we were doing. But there was always a possibility of that. And when the movie came out, it was sort of confirmed that people loved the movie. And then the next day, the critics' reviews hated the movie. So it was sort of like this split, but the critics won because they had the media. So the movie was sort of like kind of dismissed for years. So I did go a long time thinking, God, how did we blow it? I mean, I knew it was good and people would say it was good, but in terms of society and the media, it was supposed to be a terrible failure, the movie. So it's been a crazy roller coaster with Scarface, and I'm only too happy that finally it's receiving its due in the last 10 years or so.
Breaking Bad has been one of my favorite shows as of right now. How were you approached to star as Don Eladio?
Well, because I have some idea of what the cartel, what those guys are like. I've had some contact with many years ago. I did a film about the kidnapping and murder of an American DEA agent, Kiki Camarena, and I got to know. I worked closely with the DEA. They were very instrumental in training me and giving me a lot of helping me with my research, and so I learned a lot about the cartel guys and the heads of cartels and what they're like. So I had some background already for Don Eladio. Obviously, I speak Spanish. I'm comfortable in Spanish, but I really just relied on my background and on what I knew about this kind of person.
As far as the movie goes, you play Father Jose. Can you elaborate a little bit more on the character?
Well, the character of Jose is the big brother to Hector's character, and Hector Echeverria plays the main character and the main character in the film, and he's a fighter, and we're boys who grew up with a very abusive father, and his path was to fight, was to never give up and never stay beaten. Myself, as the older brother, chose a different path, and I went towards salvation and service, and I became a priest, so I could help in the neighborhood and help people who are oppressed by bullies and by criminals, and so we come together in this story. Although he's been sort of avoiding me because he doesn't really like going to church, and I've been trying to get him there. So he comes back to me sort of because he needs my help, both spiritually and physically, because I do have I know what that training involves, so I help train him for a very, very, very big fight.
If you or Danny Trejo were to get in a fight, who do you think would win and why?
Me and Hector?
Would Hector or Danny Trejo?
Hector could probably beat just about anybody up, except maybe Ray Donovan. No. except for my character in Ray Donovan. Hector's pretty tough. I wouldn't get in a fight with him. I just make him laugh.
If there was one thing you could say to the fans about chasing their dreams, what would it be?
I would say basically what Hector's character says, Chavez says in the movie, and that is never give up. Never give up on your dreams. As long as you have the breath of life and some strength, and you can find some inner strength, everything is attainable. Especially when you live in the U.S. of A.
All right, one last thing. Just say your name with the movie Chavez Cage of Glory. Premieres in September 13, and this is the Funky Monkey MMA News.
MMA News.
Yes.
I'm Steven Bauer from Chavez Cage of Glory, premiering September 13th all over the country. And you're on Funky Monkey MMA News.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's awesome. So I just got it out. I got it out.
Yeah, it took a little